Hey, everybody, welcome back to I Know a Guy. I'm Anthony, and this is the podcast where connections thrive. Each episode, we spotlight inspiring entrepreneurs, professionals, and individuals doing amazing things. Together, we'll grow your circle, spark collaborations, and discover new opportunities. Today, we're meeting William Ferrer, a technology expert and leader with over 30 years of experience in building software and managing enterprise technology departments. As the founder of Tempest House, William leads a team of top-tier professionals dedicated to developing cutting-edge solutions and helping clients achieve their technology goals. How you doing today, Will?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. I can't complain. It's been a heck of a week so far. How about you?
Busy. We're working on a big pivot related to helping small and medium-sized businesses learn to adopt AI, and we're all working overtime getting this thing going. So it's been a busy but exciting week.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I loved our conversation that we had the other day. You're doing awesome things. It's nice to get you on here because there's a lot of people out there that need to know what you're doing. We're facing it all together, and there's people out here like you doing awesome things that more people need to know. But to start off, where are you calling in from? Where are you located?
I'm in Carpinteria. It's a beautiful little beach town right near Santa Barbara, about an hour and a half away from LA. We got a family ranch out here. A whole family lives in different houses on the ranch, and I've got a beautiful mountain view and ocean view over there. Beautiful avocado orchard right here. So it's a good spot. Whenever I'm stressed out with work, I can look out the window and see nature. So it's a nice place to be.
That sounds awesome. Yeah. If you have friends coming into town that have never visited, where are you going? What are you doing for fun? And what are you going to do for dinner?
So it depends on what food they like. That's the first thing to ask. Like, can you give me an idea what food they like?
Oh man, well, I could say like the go-to is probably Mexican food, but I like a good steak if I'm going out, if I'm visiting people, like a good steak, big hearty dinner.
The best steak in town, in my opinion, is Holdren Steakhouse on State Street. They're expensive, but they're really, really, really good. Fantastic steak there. And otherwise, I would say just go around and look at nature here. There's beautiful beaches. There's beautiful countrysides. Really nice hikes you can do. So that's what I usually do on my weekends with my wife. We go for a hike or go for a drive, and then go have a tasty dinner somewhere.
Yeah, no, that's picturesque, right? I think that's the wording for it. Nice,
you gotta
nice.
Come visit us. I'll show you around.
Don't threaten me with a good time. I'll be on my way. No, so awesome. So what can you tell us about what you do?
All right, so we're a software development house. We've been around about 10 years, but it's a team I've been building since the early 2000s. And we do everything from small stuff like e-commerce and websites to full apps, start to finish, teams that do every aspect of it and everything related to it. And we do a lot of staff augmentation as well. That's one of the things that we really enjoy doing because, we put such good people on teams that usually we put someone on a team. They usually stay there for like 5 years or so because, we just do our best to put the very best people we can on those things. And we also do everything related to software development. So we do UI, UX, and graphic design, and project management, and product management, and technology consulting, and quality assurance. We've grown all through referrals, so we never were able to just do one thing because, when you get a referral, it's going to be for anything. So we built this amazing team, huge pool of people. We have about 400 people we've vetted and worked with. And if there's something that we don't have like readily available, we also have a big recruiting team. So whatever people need, we reach out to the right folks and get them hooked up and start working on it.
Okay, awesome. Is this something that you've always wanted to do? You've had, sounds like a lot of experience with it. You said 20 years. What got you started? What decided, this is the path you're going to go down?
So it's a little counterintuitive. It was actually Super Mario Brothers that got me started on this. I got that game in 1986. And when I want to know technology, I want to know how to make video games. So the first part of my career was really focused on the video game side of that, but it was very hard to break into. I was an indie game developer for a little while. And then I was CTO of 3 different esports companies. And so pretty much it was my love of video games, that type of art that got me into technology. And that just kind of led into being able to do all these other things.
Okay. Well, I have to ask, if when you were trying to, be an indie game developer doing that, what kind of games were you trying to make? Were you talking like, side scrollers like that, or are you talking like RPGs, or what did that look like?
I wanted to do all those sorts of things, but since I was just one guy, I made a really fun puzzle game. Put a lot of work in on that. I made a bunch of little games, but they weren't really ready for the prime time. And I made this really fun puzzle game that was kind of I don't want to say it was like Tetris. It was kind of its own thing. It was a little bit like Tetris, but really pretty innovative. And it was a Flash game. This was the age of Flash. And I could not figure out how to market it. Like, this is before I knew anything about business. I was like, I make a cool game. I put it on the internet. People use it. Like, that's not how it works. This was in my 20s, early 20s. And yeah, so that was fun. But then I immediately went over and started, doing programming for people. And I started out as just a coder, but I moved up to like CTO within just a couple of years of why I moved into the private sector. And also around that time and before that, I did a lot of teaching, which was fun too. I was a teaching assistant adjunct professor at Santa Barbara City College, doing multimedia arts. And that fed really well into one of my other loves, which is just helping people. That's one thing I really like about my job is I get to help businesses and meet people. And the teaching kind of was, similar in a way. I'd meet people and help them with their education goals and stuff like that.
Okay, I got you. My next question is always, what do you love about what you're doing? But, you kind of hinted a little bit about that, but I guess everything, what you're doing, because you're doing a lot. What is it about it, like overall, that really, keeps your attention, you have that passion for?
And it really just comes down to helping people. That's the thing I like the most. I mean, my philosophy is that I'll help people as much as I possibly can, and hopefully that'll be good for business because I'll help them really well. But the goal is just to make sure people are happy with what they get, and we give them the best product they can, and they know they can trust me, and I have a good relationship with them. And something I'm really enjoying about that right now is this huge shift towards AI practices and tools, because I think there's a lot of good I can help small and medium-sized businesses with on that, because most people don't really understand all these things they can do and how they can improve their business. So I'm seeing this. I'm really inspired by it. It seems like a new opportunity for me to really help out people in even a larger way than I've been able to before.
Absolutely. Everybody, we're all kind of tiptoeing into AI a little bit, trying to figure out what it is and how we can leverage it. And then there's people like you that are like, okay, we're going to wade in waist deep, and we're going to be out ahead of people to show them what to do. So no, that's amazing. When you're looking at like your average client or the people that you're able to best help, what does that look like? What are the pain points that somebody might be going through that if they're dealing with X, Y, or Z, you're the person that they should be talking to?
So for software development, I mean, it kind of comes down to what do they need? Do they need a website? Do they need an e-commerce presence? Do they need an app? Do they need staff augmentation? And that's a very specific thing. Like, I have to talk to each client, see what they need, and then find the right solution for them. With AI though, pretty much everyone can benefit from it. There's always going to be some tool that can help you do what you're doing better. There's always going to be some technique you could use with these tools that help you do what you're doing better. Something that can free up your time so you can focus on your own growing your business in the ways that only you can. So that's one of the things I love about it is usually, if we're talking about technology, I can talk to someone and figure out how we can help them, but not everyone needs it. But with AI, absolutely everyone could use it. Everyone can benefit from it.
I think I've heard it said that if it's something that you're doing that's repetitive, that's more than 1 or 2 steps, you should be using AI for it.
Yeah. And we have people that are automation experts as well. So if someone's finding that as a problem, we'll look them up with a solution.
Absolutely. What about power partners? What does the average power partner look like for you? People that you synergize well with, other industries that you refer back and forth with well?
Most of our partners end up being in the marketing industry. And I think that's largely because they know a lot of people. So we're a referral business pretty much. We get all of our business through referral. Maybe that'll change for the AI play, but for software development, we've found that, just meeting people and having a personal connection is the most important thing for, being able to assure them we'll be able to help them out. And so marketing people end up being our biggest referral partners because they just know everybody. So, I have a good conversation with a marketing person and like, oh, I know 50 people. Let me see if any of them could use your help.
Absolutely. And because you do talk to so many people, business owners, entrepreneurs, what advice would you give to a newer aspiring entrepreneur?
Not to be a broken record, but right now it's really about AI. It's revolutionizing things. There's just crazy metrics. I wish I could remember off the top of my head about how much AI can help your business. There's things that I'm doing now that, would have taken me months and months and months that I'm able to do in a couple hours because of AI. So really the best advice is learn these tools, learn these techniques, and utilize them heavily in your business, in every aspect of your business.
It really seems like a good way for people to get out ahead of a lot of people right now, because
Yeah.
if you're starting a business and you're looking at all these, other people that are where you want to be, and they've all done it traditionally, or they've taken, the long step. They have things to teach you. There's definitely things in there that you need to know, but being able to leverage AI to accelerate that just seems like a way to get to where they are a little bit quicker than it would
Yeah.
be starting from zero from where they started.
Or a lot quicker. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
under promise, over deliver, right?
Yeah. Good philosophy.
Yeah. So how can businesses leverage AI to scale and stay competitive?
So one of the things that I personally consult on is finding the best tools and then wiring them together and training them how to use them. Because there's thousands of tools out there, and so I'm getting myself versed, and we're actually training an AI on the tools to help figure out which are the best tools for each person's business, and then putting together strategies for how they can use them the most effectively. Because whatever you need, there's something on that. There's something in that tool set. There's something that'll help you. And also, since I have a background in teaching, I'm looking forward to training people how they can use that stuff and how they can improve with it.
Yeah, and it's becoming more and more important. You're not lying. There's thousands of tools, and there's more every day.
Yes.
So it would take a team of people to go learn the things, find out where they're best utilized, and then learn it well enough to teach it to somebody else, and kind of cut the fat away, saying you don't need all this other stuff that's shiny based on what you're doing. This. That's all you need for now. As things come along, will tell you, hey, this is actually better. But
exactly,
it takes a team.
And since there's even more tools than I can possibly remember and learn all of, that's why we're actually training an AI on the tools. We're gathering the best tools for every single application, and we're putting them in an AI with all the information about those tools, so that we can use it as an aid to help find the right tools for people. And we're also planning on offering it as a chatbot for people, so they can talk to it about the best tools and techniques for their business. It's just like a free service we can provide to help people kind of self-service figure out how to do this stuff.
That's fantastic. It's your own little personalized, very hyper niche Google, right? So
yeah.
I like that. How can companies leverage external teams to grow their businesses?
So we have quite a few different sorts of people that we can provide. Like I said, we have software developers. So if you need software built, definitely a good idea to go to an external team, because to build up high quality internal team is going to be a lot of work. You're going to need to do a lot of recruiting. You're going to do a lot of vetting. It's going to take a lot of your time. And these are people that are not going to be proven for you. They're going to be people that you haven't worked with before. So you don't know if they can do a good job. But if you come to us, we're going to give you the best people we've worked with for years. And they're people we've highly vetted and have a good track record with. And you don't have to do any work to figure out who are the best people for it or manage them. So that's one way that for software development, we can definitely help that way.
Okay. It doesn't take too much looking back. It's still in living memory, very living memory, how big of an impact the internet had on business and just the world in general. How do you think the advent of AI and how we're using it now is going to compare to when the internet first showed up?
So I think it's going to be even bigger. I think it's going to be huge, because the thing is that AI is going to be able to do just about everything. So the thing that's really important, I think, for people to remember is that things are changing really fast right now. In order for these small and medium-sized businesses to succeed, they gotta keep up. And I don't want to scare anybody, but the big businesses are shifting with AI really quickly, because they have internal people that know how to do that. So we want to be the team that helps the small and medium-sized businesses keep up. And one way this is actually really good for small and medium-sized businesses is AI is also an equalizer. There's stuff that you would have had to pay tons of people to be able to do before, that you would have been prohibitive for small and medium-sized businesses, you can now do with AI. So my hope is that this wave of AI will actually help rise up the small and medium-sized businesses so they can compete a little bit better with the big businesses, because they'll have access to the same tools and techniques. And that's kind of my advocacy dream for this pivot we're working on right now, helping these people keep up and be bigger than they were before relative to businesses. Big businesses.
It really seems like the rising tide lifting all ships kind of thing, because just like with the internet, when it came out, Walmart wasn't the only one that benefited from it, right?
Yeah.
You have small people, your Etsy shop is here. You can get worldwide exposure through that. So it
Yeah.
seems like it's going to be equivalent, but I agree with you. It'd be equivalent, but bigger, right?
Yeah.
Another exponentially so. So we'll see, but it's exciting time. But all things, taken into account, there's, no matter what you do out there in the market, there's a million other people doing something similar or similar enough to not matter. Why you? What sets you guys apart from everybody else?
So, one of the big things for us is that we can do just about whatever people need. So most companies, you reach out to them and they're going to be like, we're a Node.js shop and React, and that's just what people they have do. And there might be a technology that's better for you for what you need. And there might be a skill set in a team member that's better for you than what they have. So since we have this huge pool of people we've worked with that have just such a broad range of skills, whatever people reach out to us with, we can put the right people on it, the best people on it, instead of shoehorning in someone else. We can just help comprehensively from all aspects of the project. We even have marketing consultants. So I think that's one of the big things that sets us apart is that we're able to solve any problem instead of just very specific problems, or solving certain problems, not satisfactorily because we're trying to shoehorn in the wrong people to the role.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Is there anything that I missed or that I failed to ask? I know we could go down all the rabbit holes with this stuff, but just in general, is there anything that I missed that you wanted to add?
Nothing huge. I could tell you about the name of the company. I guess people are often curious about that. Why is it called Tempest House? It's called Tempest House because I am William Tempest Ferrer. You rolled the R's even better than I did there. It's you did in the intro. And that's because my dad was a Shakespeare English professor, and he named me after William Shakespeare and his favorite play, The Tempest. So that's why it's called Tempest House.
Yeah, I like it. I like it to have a story, something like that, where it's like there's a reason, for it to happen.
Most people are like, why on earth did you name yourself after a storm?
Yeah, no, I like that. Now, a lot of them, it's like, I don't know, I just kind of thought that was a nice word. Cool, that's a good enough reason, but it's cooler if it's something else. So awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
For those that want to have a conversation about all of this, because there's so much here, and for those that want to, start to leverage AI in a more efficient way or grow their business using it, what's the best way they get a hold of you? How can they find you?
I assume you'll probably put my email in the comments. Email is a great way to get a hold of me. You can also reach out on our website, Tempest.house. I'm on LinkedIn, Will Ferrer on LinkedIn. And I'm also on Alignable. I'm a big fan of Alignable because it's a nice personal network. Like LinkedIn feels very markety, and Alignable feels very, very much like you're connecting with the person to meet them, network with them, and figure out ways you can help each other instead of just selling each other stuff. So I'm on all of those platforms.
Perfect. And you're right. I'm going to put it all in the show notes, right? So it's
exactly.
Not hard to find. We'll make it as easy as possible. If anybody's thinking about getting hold of Will, do it. You're going to be better off doing it than not doing it. Because like we talked about earlier, leveraging AI, leveraging tools like this, they're good for all size businesses, and they're going to help you springboard faster. It's going to take more work off your plate, which is always good as a business owner. Because one of my favorite quotes, and I like to say it frequently, is people like, I want to be an entrepreneur because I want to work half days. And it's like, great, which 12 hours do you want to work? Right. So if AI can take part of that off your plate, you're going to be happier in your business. So absolutely have that conversation, reach out. You're going to be happy you did. For everybody else that would like to get a hold of me, you can visit me at ikag.me. You can find more episodes, subscribe to our newsletter, and connect with our growing community of awesome people like Will. If you or somebody would like to be interviewed, you can also apply on the website. But Will, thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate you and everything you're doing and your knowledge on this subject and your willingness to kind of share a bit of it with us. So there's so much there. We're just scratching the surface. We're not even on the surface. We're still descending to the surface. So let's take all this to heart. Let's go have an awesome day and grow our circles. All right.
Sounds awesome. It's really fun talking with you. Always good to chat.
Yeah. Likewise.